My name is Laura.
I'm Calum.
I'm Penny.
And we're Black Swan. Wow, amazing.
Black Swan is a collective of artists, technologists, researchers. The interface that we're going to talk about today is Signet.
Which is an app to enable communities of artists to decide how to distribute funds.
Signet means baby swan, and it's the baby of Black Swan. Signet wants to pervert the mechanisms through which decision-making occurs and create a system that works for artists to make radical decisions to organize together.
Institutions, curators, collectors, people who have the ability to decide how funding is used have power in the art world. With Signet, we're trying to put power back into the hands of artists and creative practitioners.
The current system where institutions are gatekeepers is a system that pushes risk onto the fringes and onto artists themselves. We do not want to create a new gatekeeper, but we want to provide artists with the keys to open these doors and reorganize the art world internally in ways that fits to their needs. Signet is a tool that targets existing communities of creative practitioners, people that are already organized around shared spaces, shared studios, and often have shared practices.
What happens when artists are able to decide how funding is used? What happens when artists are in dialogue with each other about the distribution of resources, and actually, instead of making proposals for some anonymous and abstracted funding organization or open call, they're making proposals for each other.
You're actually reading the proposals of your peers, which means that you could offer a skill share or skill swap.
To be involved in each other's art practices, we develop a form of interdependence. It's a form of solidarity. It's where artists are actually working together to exist in the world rather than competing against each other for increasingly limited resources.
Here we are looking at the landing page, the opening interface for Signet, and here I can log in with my account and I can see the different cycles within which I can submit proposals. A proposal is an idea for a project to be developed, either individually or collectively.
Every new proposal cycle will begin on the new moon and the result comes on the full moon, which you can actually see with this icon here. The new, which is when you're setting your intention, laying the ground, bringing the ideas into the cosmos, into your community.
I click to go to the proposal submission form, which is a really open field, and yeah, we're all gonna have to enter some proposals.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Think about it. My proposal is that we collaborate on a new feature for Signet that allows for more funds to be funneled into the system.
Oh shit, I'm opening Zoom, sorry.
It's starting a Zoom meeting.
I cannot give my proposal without the Zoom icon. So my proposal is actually about speculative world crafting game. And the proposal is to create a set of cards of alternative world models.
So I'm going to submit my proposal. I'm just looking for a good time at the moment. I've had enough with lockdowns in this past year, and I really just want to eat vegan pizza outside with my friends. So I'm just going to draw a big slice of vegan pizza in the proposal form. And then once I've finished my little drawing, I click submit and it's in.
New technologies such as blockchains and decentralized autonomous organizations have shifted the focus on the ways in which we organize. Blockchains make possible DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations. These are organizations that are run by their members and in which some of the decisions are automated through software. What's interesting about DAOs versus the traditional co-op model is the translocal dimension, the fact that they can empower collaboration across borders and facilitate decision-making for collectives that are not necessarily located in the same geographical area. As organizations without a central authority, DAOs require their members to vote. In order to express a vote on a blockchain, one needs to pay a transaction fee that can get quite expensive. So what Signet does is takes the mechanisms of DAOs and currently tries them out without the need to pay money each time you vote. Given all these trade-offs, so far we have applied blockchain thinking rather than relying on the technology itself. So this is the voting interface, and I can see all the projects. Each of us has 100 voice credits, and we can allocate them across different projects. I would prefer to allocate 20 to everything is important, and then share the remaining 30 between the pizza party and the speculative world building, world crafting.
Very diplomatic.
This is a nice thing about multivoting, is that you can reallocate your votes until you're ready to submit. And now I think I am, yeah. Signet is based on the mechanisms of quadratic voting. It provides a more granular way for people to signal the kinds of proposals that they feel very aligned to, that they really want to support. Here I have my 100 voice credits, and I could decide to allocate them all towards one single proposal, which means that my effective vote will be 10. Alternatively, I could decide to allocate my 100 voice credits across 4 proposals, so 25, 25, 25, 25. And that means that the effective vote that I contribute is going to be of 20.
The thing about voice credits is they don't translate directly into votes. Behind the scenes, we have a quadratic function or a square root.
Expressing higher preferences costs exponentially more.
The Signet interface is trying to make the relationship between voice credits and votes clear and visible. Here I can see this energy ring, which is showing the intensity of my vote.
At the moment, we are researching alternative funding structures and alternative economies for the arts. Signet aims to leverage some of the mechanisms and platforms that have emerged thanks to blockchains and smart contracts, particularly in the field of decentralized finance. Entities such as cultural institutions or individuals can stake their funds into a common pool. This pool generates interest that then is up to artists to decide how to use. Interest in decentralized finance comes from the high demand for some of these tokens, particularly stable coins. There's plenty of individuals in the crypto market that are willing to pay a high interest in order to borrow this asset. Lending them in a pool becomes very lucrative and can generate a very high interest. Signet makes it easy for people to donate their interest to fund artistic projects.
It's now the full moon, and all the other participants have submitted their votes, and we're going to find out what the winning proposal is. Are you ready?
I'm
Exciting.
ready.
3, 2, 1.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Actually, it's fairly even. which I think also shows that the community is obviously fairly aligned because the proposals had interest for quite a lot of people.
We do not want to create a new gatekeepers, but we want to provide artists with the keys to open these doors and reorganize the artwork internally in ways that fits to their needs.